Is Ryan Reynolds deserting his wife? Ooh. Let's talk about that. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Sister Cerise back here with you. Welcome back to my channel. And, you know, off the hop, OMG, Ryan Reynolds is asking the courts to drop the lawsuit placed against him by Justin Baldoni's team. Can you believe that? Well, you gotta try. I mean, hey, if you're on death row, you might as well try everything you can get to get off. Nothing will hurt, right? But he asked because he feels like he was just being a supportive husband. You know, he's being sued along with his wife, Blake Lively, right now for let me get to the 600, $400 million. His net worth is $600 million. Yes. So Baldoni is going for more than half of what Ryan has. And I think at first Ryan was like, oh, this is just so funny. Whatever's clever, you know, and he was thinking that everyone was going to get it soon and they were going to laugh at Baldoni like how he laughed at Baldoni, and nobody did. He was probably thinking, oh, people are going to get it together soon. They're going to look at him as a ditty. And nobody did. Everyone, right up till now, ever since December 20th, 2024, when his wife, Blake Lively, filed a grievance complaint in the courts against Justin Baldoni, everyone has been on Baldoni's side since then. Now, I don't want to say everyone, because there are a few people that are on Blake's side. But oh my gosh, wait till I bring out the video with Blake and Zendaya. Whew. Blake and Zendaya, they had their little something, and I'm going to bring that video out very soon. I'm working on it, so make sure you look for it. Do me a favor, take a moment to subscribe, and you'll get notified when I do bring it out. All right, so now this whole entire case is just snowballing. Blake thought she was going to, you know, file a grievance complaint and bring an article out in the New York Times about Justin Baldoni, and it was going to be left at that. And Justin Baldoni, she thought, was a weak man, and he was just going to be like, okay, Blake, you can say whatever you want. But he didn't. Not only did he sue her and her husband and her publicist for $400 million, he also sued the New York Times. Get that? So he is not trying to fool around, but the New York Times actually went to court and they asked to be released from the lawsuit, which obviously they are reporters and they're just reporting what they heard. And so it looks like that's going to work out in their favor. But at the end of the day, Baldoni is still going after Ryan Reynolds, and he is not fooling around, and he's going after Blake. And people are really looking out for Justin Baldoni. Now, Blake, her grievance complaint was a grievance complaint. It was about SH. It wasn't about SA. So there's a huge difference. If you're going to go to the courts and file a complaint, it's like I have said in other videos, you don't go to a whorehouse just to get kissed. You know, you go all the way. You don't say, hey, I'm going to pay this money for this woman and just go kiss her. You know, why go to the courts and just file a grievance suit, a grievance complaint to the courts if you are really grieving? So much has come out in this lawsuit. Blake has some mental concerns. It is alleged that Ryan Reynolds, he got involved because his wife felt like she was fat shamed. His wife felt like she was, you know, Baldoni was touching her too long, kissing her too long, touched her butt off script, held her hair, smelled her too long, and she's saying all of these things were not in the script. But I just released a video a couple of days ago, and you want to know something? She bit his lip. And I'm not so sure that that would be in the script. Anyway, let's get to the point of what Ryan Reynolds is doing right now. Ryan Reynolds is like, well, if the New York Times can get off the hook, then I might as well go try and do the same thing. I was just being a supportive husband. And I believe that there's a fine line between a supportive husband and an overbearing lunatic. Right? And I'm not calling Ryan Reynolds a lunatic. I don't know the guy. I've never met the guy. But I have been doing my side research about people who he has worked on set with. And one of those people who he has worked on set with was Denzel Washington. And Denzel Washington expressed his dislike for Ryan in some ways. He was being interviewed. Denzel Washington was being interviewed. And a person said, did you hear what Ryan Reynolds said about you? And Denzel's like, no. And he said, Ryan Reynolds was so happy to be on set with you. All he could do was just stare at you. He was in shock. He was just in shock. And Denzel Washington said, oh, is that what it was? I thought it was just bad acting. Like, how are you shocked for the whole entire movie, the whole entire film? I can understand being shocked the first day. I can understand, being on set and being like, wow, I'm doing a film with this great icon. Awesome. But then you get into your role. You remember who you are. You don't forget how to act. So in any case, that was one thing, one actor that really sticks out in my mind that was just like, he wasn't having it. And Denzel. Denzel don't play around. Denzel brings it straight to the forefront. He knows who the people are in Hollywood, and he knows who he is. He's been married to the same woman for a very long time. He's not trying to cheat on anyone. He's not trying to get himself into any problems. So when he says an ace is an ace, it's an ace. And that's that. So this is what I'm basing a lot of it on. Ryan Reynolds, who thinks that he is better than what he is in regards to an actor, and he became famous on his little quirkiness type of thing, is now being called out in Hollywood, not only by Baldoni, but by a whole bunch of other actors. And it's getting dirty. And I don't think Ryan Reynolds thought it was going to get this dirty. I think he was thinking he has a big enough name in the industry for people to come and support him and corral around him and his wife and keep them safe. But that is not what's happening. People in the industry are like, oops, do I know you? Oh, do I? Oh, you don't look familiar. They knew him yesterday, but they don't know him today, and they literally don't want to know him tomorrow as it looks right now. His career may not be able to be rebuilt. Now, if he is released from this lawsuit, and the judge does see reasons for him to be released from the $400 million lawsuit, then maybe it may do something for his career to pick him back up again, maybe. But Blake Lively, it looks like she is pretty much driftwood right now. And you can't really make furniture out of driftwood. What I'm saying with that little thing right there is that you can't really take something dried up and falling apart and rebuild it, right? And so this is what my vibe is right now. I'm feeling that Ryan Reynolds is feeling the heat and he just wants to get out the kitchen. He's still going to support his wife because he knows that he has children with her. I believe 4 children with her. And not only that, they've been married for a while. Not only that, he does love his wife. I don't believe he's going to be let off the hook. Not at all. I do believe that the judge is going to say, hey, you know what? You're on this hook because that was your wife. And if you were being supportive, then maybe you were being a little too over supportive, because there is support behind the scenes, encouraging your wife, inspiring your wife, giving your wife suggestions on how she can handle things. And she called a whole entire meeting, and there were 10 people in there from Baldoni's side, and she wanted to sit down and discuss a few things. And they told her she could bring in legal representation. And who did she bring in with her? Her husband. Ryan Reynolds was her legal representation in that meeting. So he put himself in the front lines quite often, and he was also on set a lot. Apparently, at one time, and this is just being alleged right now, he went and he actually read the dailies. Now, the dailies is just the unedited version of what's happening day by day. He read them, he looked at them because, they're the videos. And so he was in on that. There was a lot behind the scenes that people were not talking about until now, and people are now bringing out the stories. There are a lot of people involved. Even Wolverine apparently has been disposed to go to court, and him and Ryan Reynolds are very good friends. So there is a lot going on, and I understand, I understand why Ryan Reynolds would want to be just totally let off the hook. Who wants to be on a hook this serious? He sips seriously like a fish, flipping and flopping and completely out of control right now because he's used to being in control. And now he wants to get off the hook, and he probably wants to support his wife from afar. Meanwhile, during the whole entire filming stage, he was filming her up front and center. Can't have it both ways, Ryan Reynolds. He's a Canadian, but and all the power to his side, but doesn't look like it's going to be any white flags waving right now, Ryan Reynolds. Looks like there's going to be no flags. So we can't really talk about Canada. But I will say this. Justin Baldoni's team is going hard, and it says go hard or go home. And just Ryan Reynolds wants to go home. He's like, please let me go home. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but it's not even funny. It's actually sad. But in any case, sometimes I just laugh at myself. In any case, this is what's going on, and this is what's being alleged, and I really hope that things work out for everyone involved. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Sister Cerise here. You clicked on this video, and I know that YouTube suggested many videos to you, but you gave me a try, so I'd like to say you are a real one. Please do me two favors before I let you go. One, after you subscribe, if you do like my content and you choose to subscribe, please go ahead and hit that like button after you subscribe and the notification bell, and you'll be notified when I upload my daily videos. But a second favor I really want you to do, and it's probably one of the best favors that you're going to do for anyone today, and that is be good to yourself. When you are good to yourself, you are good for everything else going on in around the world. You are putting yourself front and center, and you are saying to the world, I am ready. And when you're ready for the world is ready for you. So please go ahead and make the best of today, because you deserve it. I love you. God bless you. Enjoy your day.